This is Daddy and Robert, and we are going to share with you the legend of the scary pumpkin. Now, you may hear Robert talk about it, so if you listen to this story, you'll know all about the scary pumpkin. Ain't that right, Robert?
Right.
Okay. Now, the scary pumpkin is known to only come out in October, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what it is, and I don't know if a lot of people know about it, but me and Robert, we know all about the scary pumpkin, don't we?
Yep.
All right. Well, here's the story. The first time that we saw a scary pumpkin. Well, it's back a couple of years ago. Me, Robert, and Mama we all went to a pumpkin patch and we all got pumpkins. And there was a big pumpkin, a medium-sized pumpkin, and a small pumpkin. Now, Robert, he had the small pumpkin and he carved a happy face into the pumpkin.
There's a monster.
And Mama, she had the medium pumpkin and she carved just a regular face. Wasn't really smiling, wasn't frowning or anything. But Daddy carved a mean face into his pumpkin. It was a scary pumpkin. Now, we set our pumpkins out on the porch back when we had a porch. And the next morning, the little pumpkin was gone. The little happy pumpkin and the pumpkin Mama carved had a big bite out of it. And the big scary pumpkin was gone. Now, we thought maybe a raccoon or some other critter got a hold of it, and that didn't turn out to be the case. What happened was we were out burning wood one evening, and I looked over the woods and I said, "Robert, do you see some eyes over there in the woods?" And Robert said, "Yeah, I think I do, Daddy." So I went to investigate, and I got over them woods lines, and I was kicking around, and all of a sudden I saw it. It was the big scary pumpkin that was missing. And all of a sudden that thing, now this scary pumpkin, it could grow vines, and it used the vines for running. Ah! And it started chasing me. Well, Robert, he screamed like a little girl. Ah!
And Mama, I run around?
That's right. Well, I was running around, and I was trying to head for the door. Well, you and Mama, y'all screamed. Y'all saw the pumpkin was chasing me, and y'all ran inside and locked the door. And I was knocking on the door, "Help! Help! Let me in! Let me in!" But y'all weren't going to open that door for nothing. Well, the pumpkin was just about to me, so I had to run, and I jumped into the car. And that pumpkin used them vines and climbed up onto the top of the car and was banging on the windshield. Pop, 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 pop. Now, you may remember that a while back I had a crack in my windshield that we had to get fixed. That's where the crack came from. That scary pumpkin was hitting my window. Well, I waited and waited, and that pumpkin, it just kept circling the car all night long. You and Mama wasn't going to let me in. Well, finally, daylight started coming. The pumpkin, I could see it was getting a little uncomfortable. So it slid itself under the trailer. And I could see it looking out from under the trailer, eyeballing the car. Well, I waited and waited, and it got to be about 10 in the morning. The sun had been up for a while, and that pumpkin wasn't coming out. Well, I finally figured, well, maybe it's afraid of the sun. So I slowly opened the car door, and I set a foot out. And that pumpkin was just going back and forth, but it wasn't coming out from under the trailer. So finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to go for it. So I called Mama on the phone. I said, "Mama, I don't think that pumpkin's coming out. I'm going to make a run for the door." "Where you going, buddy?" So I told Mama I'm going to make a run for the door. And so I jumped out and I started running toward the door. But I got a little too close to the trailer. And that pumpkin used its vine, and it reached out. And it grabbed me by my leg.
Ah!
Exactly. And it started pulling me under the trailer.
Did it put you out?
Well, it was trying to. If it had got me under that trailer, it might have tried to eat me. Well, fortunately, I had a pocket knife with me. And I got it out real quick and I started cutting that vine that had a hold of me. That pumpkin's, it was trying even harder to get me under, but I cut the vine free. Now, before it could grow another vine to try and pull me under, I scrambled, crawling real fast across the floor. And I got just inside the house, just before the vine reached me. Now, we know that every October, on October 1st, until Halloween night, or the day after Halloween, I should say, those crazy pumpkins, they're in the woods. If you sometimes you see them on people's porches, and they're just waiting for somebody to come close enough for them to grab with their vines. Now, just, if you ever get too close to the woods or get too close to a dark place, make sure you have a buddy. And you know why you need a buddy?
What?
Well, that's in case you see a scary pumpkin, you have somebody to throw at the pumpkin while you're running away. So, if me and Robert are in the woods and we come across a scary pumpkin, I'm going to grab Robert. Take Robert. And I'm going to run and scream. And Robert's going to be, he's going to be screaming.
Around the circle?
Yeah.
Now I can play.
Yeah, you can go back to playing now. That's the tale of the scary pumpkin.